Alright, welcome to Chapter 3 of Google Docs. So in this chapter we're going to talk about inserting and formatting tables and pictures. Tables can be a really useful tool to help you organize things on a page and make it easy for a reader to kind of read some information that you've put on the page. But we'll show you how to insert them and format them to begin with. To begin, we've got to talk about some vocabulary to make sure we're talking about the same things and you understand when I say something what I'm referring to. Let's insert a table real quick. So first thing, number one, what is a row? In which direction does it flow? In a column. A row runs left to right. A row runs horizontally. This is a row. And then a column runs vertically. And this would be a column right here. So from left to right, horizontally is a row. If I say, such and such row, or highlight the row, I'm referring to that area there. Or a column would be vertical, north-south, right there. Number two, where would you go to place a table in a document? Well, you just saw me do it. Up here on the menu bar, you have Table, Insert Table, and you can choose to insert a single cell, which is something that we've done here in order to shade this area here on the page. This is a one-by-one table, and we shaded the cell, but you can insert tables, looks to be just about as big as you like. Down here below you can see we've inserted a table that is, what was that, 5 by 4? 5 by 4. So I went here and I went 5 by 4. That's the size right there. Whoops. Okay, so that's where you go to insert a table. How could you move quickly from cell to cell? Well, when you start, the cursor's in the first cell, top left-hand corner, and as you hit Tab, I would suggest hitting Tab on the keyboard, it moves you quickly. You could also go up and down with the arrows, but I become accustomed to using Tab. The Tab key is above the caps lock key, and it moves you across to the right. If I hold down Shift and hit Tab, it brings me backwards. And using the arrows is fine when cells are empty, but as soon as you put text in them, Tab becomes a much more useful tool. Number four, how can you add rows or columns? Well, once we have a cell, or a table in somewhere, we want to add some rows or columns. We simply go to the Table tab, and right here below Insert Table, you see Insert Row above, below, column height, and that sort of thing. So if I want to insert let's put some letters in here so we can actually see some changes. But if I want to insert a row in there, whoops. I go to Table, let's say Insert Row above, and you can see it inserted a row here in the middle. If I were to highlight 3 cells and I say Table, Insert Row above, well, it only inserts 1. Well, it's another way where we're limited here in Microsoft in Google Docs as opposed to Microsoft Office. Okay. Number 5, where can you click to remove grid lines? Well, you can see here all the grid lines are shown. I use tables all the time in making documents because I can hide the grid lines later. Table, go to Table, Table Properties, and then right here, Cell Border, we just change it to 0. I guess it really doesn't matter. We can leave this at 1 or whatever it was at, and change this to white, hit OK, and they all disappear. And now I can organize things easily in a table, but you don't see the grid lines later, so I look like a magician. But that's how you would do that. You just go into Table, Table Properties, you want to remove grid lines, and you just change the color to white. Now let's say we didn't want to do it to all of them, we just wanted to do it to some cells. If we wanted to make it appear that some grid lines were, some grid lines had been removed, we go Table, Table Properties, and we can just remove maybe some or all the borders. I have to remove all the borders here, huh? Okay, turn those to white. And now, ooh, that was interesting. Let's say table. It looks like it's all or none. So it's background color. It appears like it's all or none here in Google Docs. You can remove some or all. Well, that's kind of disappointing. So number 6, what are 2 ways you can adjust row and column height and width? Well, you can always drag the right column border here, and it will move where you want it to. Or in a cell, if we want to increase the height, we hit enter, and it will increase the height of the cell. We can also go up here to the table properties again, table in the menu bar, go to table properties, and we can change column height and row width here by entering it by hand there. But most of the time you're going to want to just kind of drag these borders where you want. But in order to drag the column, you've got to drag the right column border, and then use enter or delete to make any changes you want to the size of the cells. So that's how you change row and column height. Okay, number 7, how would you add shading to a cell or group of cells? Well, as you probably guessed by now, in order to do anything like that, we're going to do that in table properties, table properties, and here's the table properties bar. Cell background color, right here. We can choose any color we like. We can change the shade of every row, change the color of every row rather, so that it helps the reader, follow along. Sometimes when you're dealing with large tables of data, this helps the reader a little bit. I'm using some pretty bad choice of colors for that, but that's one way you could do it. So table properties, and then you see that there. Change cell background color. Number 8. So now we're going to change pace a little bit. We're going to start talking about formatting pictures. So how can you use any picture you want, and why or why not? Well, as you know, I'm sure you're aware, copyright laws don't allow you to use whatever picture you want. You've got to get permission from the author before you do something. Some things are given for use for educational purposes, but you need to check that, and you can find that information in the information from any website or from any author. But ultimately, if there's any question, just email the author and say, hey, can I use this picture for such and such reason? And they may ask for a fee. But a lot of times, if you just use it for a class project, you're probably going to be able to use it without any questions. Okay, number 9. How do you place a photo in a document? Well, again, we've got the toolbar and the menu bar, and you probably look around a little bit and go, oh, look, insert right here in the menu bar, insert image. That is how you insert a picture. Then you've got to go find one, so I choose an image to upload right here, this blue button. I go, let's see, a picture folder. Let me see what I have here. I might have a picture somewhere we can use. Mr. Hughes' rockets. How about this one here? There we go. We say open. It uploads the photo and puts it there in a document for us. Okay? So that's how you put a photo in a document. What are sizing handles? So we select the photo. Notice that we have these 8 boxes around the outside here. If we grab any one of them, it'll increase the size of the image for us. Now right now we're constrained by the size of the table cell. So I'm going to see if I can't drag this out so we get a little better picture. There we go. Wrap text. So we grab one of the sizing handles and we can change the size of the image. Grabbing the sizing handle also allows you only to go certain ways. On these here on the side, I can only go left or right. And then the ones at the top and bottom, I can only go up or down. But here I can drag diagonally, and things get out of shape like that. I can try to put it back a little bit. That's just messed up. But yeah, that's how you change. That's what sizing handles are. They allow you to change the size of an image. Number 11, how can you crop a photo to use in a document? Well, all right, done. So number 11, how can you crop a photo to use in a document? Well, you can't do that inside of Google Docs. But in your profile in Chrome, if we open up a new tab, you see we all have Pixlr Editor. If we open up that folder, we say open image from computer. Let's just choose an image to edit. I don't know, where's those stock photos? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Going. Come on, this is ridiculous. There, sample pictures. I don't know. Penguins. We'll choose penguins. Open. Okay, over here. I need to move this a little bit. Excuse me. Right over here on the toolbar is this crop tool right there. And let's say I just want part of this picture to use. I don't know what part. No, I don't want that part. I'm going to choose this part over here. Whoop. And we choose it, we hit enter, it crops it. Now let me move it again. We go file, save, good. Save it to your computer, say OK. It wants a location to save it to. I'm just going to save it to the desktop real quick so it's easy to find. Penguins. And now we can go back in to Google Docs and insert the image that we cropped. For whatever reason we want to. Insert image, just like we did before. Choose image, desktop, find penguins under P for penguins. And say insert. So if you ever need to crop something, there you go. That's how you do it. Number 12, how do we insert a drawing object? So, here on the Insert tab, Insert, Drawing, and it opens up a dialog box here in the center that we can draw objects from. We have different actions, word art, other things, but we can draw lines and shapes, callouts. Let's try some callout. We'll draw a callout, bam. Then we can go in the background and add some color to this. And let's see, what can we do here? That's the color. Object. Lines, more. We want to add text. We can click in here. Can we add text? Can a man add some text? There we go. Insert there and say PVMS. We can center this. Line center. Make it bigger. Oh, we gotta get bigger than that. Bigger. Too big. 30. Too big. 24. There we go. Bold, italics. Change the font a little bit. Ah, like that. There we go. Take the italics off. Change the font size a little bit. We got something a little special. We can type in special font sizes if we want. 20. 20 doesn't work. Let's try 18. 18 work? Nope. 16. Ah, you know what we can do? We can just make this a little bigger. Bam! PVMS. Then we hit save and close, and it inserts the object for us. So that's how we insert a drawing object. Where is the header and footer of a page? So, you know, when I took these notes, when I write these notes that you'll see in a second, I did not say where it was. But, in case you're wondering, the header of the page is at the top. It's this area above the top margin, above the header. You know, your head's above you, your feet are below you. The footer is in the bottom margin down here. But we go to Insert, and header footer is down here. Where is it? Header. It opens up the header, and in here we put our document, consultation request. Sometimes the document title, sometimes we put our name up here, and sometimes we have to put a page number. But those are the types of things. That's 14 also. The information you typically put in the header, a title, a page number, your name, that sort of thing. But it's found up here by going to Insert Table, Insert Header or Footer, and then just click out of it, and that information's up there to print. Okay, so that was a quick one. That's the 14 questions for Google Docs Chapter 3. Go through the exercises in class, and we will move on to spreadsheets. Have a good night.